Hello everyone, today is August 17th, 2025. This is the 3-year-old and older racehorse video. I am Pedro Baez from Go for Glory Stable. I am the founder and managing partner of Go for Glory Stable, and the group is basically what we offer is we offer people the ability, a platform to invest in racehorses for as little as 1% up to 25% of a racehorse. Typically, that's the limit. The horses are usually racing in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts area. Sometimes they will be in. We do have some horses in Ohio, Ontario. We might have some horses in other states as well. But Northeast is kind of the main area they are. And essentially, it's for people who, they're typically investing in things right now. They either love horses or they're typically investing in, stock market, crypto, real estate, commodities, bonds, and then they just, they maybe might get bored with it or they just want to try something a little bit more fun. And there's nothing, to be honest, there's nothing more fun than owning a racehorse. It's like owning a sports team, like New York Giants or something like that. You got your own stable of horses. You're kind of hoping that there's always an opportunity to make some money, and then to me, what I enjoy is learning. So there's just so much to learn about this game. So it's a great game, and that's what we offer. And if you have any questions, you can go to our website at goforglorystable.com or reach out to Charlie Longo or General Manager Charlie Longo or myself. And yeah, please like or subscribe these videos as it helps the channel. And with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to try to make the videos have been getting a little long, so we're going to just really be selective on the horses that we do replays on, because we have a lot of horses that are racing in these weeks. Overall, it was a good week. We had one win. Every week you have a win. It's a good win. It's a good week. So that was good. And so let's just start with Artist Best. So Artist Best, he is Artist Best. Let's go to this page over here just so we can see who Artist Best is. That's him right here. He is he's racing at Meadowlands, and he was good. The horse, he was good. He was fine. It was just the trip. When I say the trip, meaning the type of race that he got, kind of how the race went for him. He was all the way in the back by the half, and it was too difficult for him to kind of like make up all that ground. But he was really good. Charlie drove him. He said he felt good. He felt really good. So he'll be racing again. It's just one of those things that happened where he got a check anyway because he came in 7th. And Meadowlands Racetrack in New Jersey pays out purses for any finish, which is kind of nice. Most tracks it's only the top 5 to the owners. And but he was fine. He raced great. He's healthy. He's sound. He's game. It just didn't work out. So he'll be back in the box most likely for Meadowlands again next week. So, but he's good. The horse is fine. The horse is good. Just didn't work out. Bluebird Time. I could, we'll think about showing his video maybe later, but he was good. He came in 2nd at Tioga Downs. We changed it up. He was at Meadowlands, and his class that he was in at Meadowlands, like the particular class that he races in, it just got very difficult. So we had to make the decision to go somewhere else. We went to Tioga Downs, which is in the Binghamton, New York area, and he was good. He came in 2nd. So he's racing. We got to figure out what we're going to do next week. If we put him back in next week in that same class, we got to see what happens, if he gets claimed or not. We just kind of think about how we handle that. If he gets claimed, then we can, think about like, all right, what do we do from there? But that's kind of how racing goes. You got to put horses where they can make money. So we'll just kind of see how the week goes. But the draw for that is Tuesday. So Tioga Downs draws on Tuesday for Friday or Saturday, whichever day they put his race, and that's going to be his next thing. But he came in 2nd. He made like $2,000 in that 2nd place, so it was good. He was excellent. He needed that class relief. He needed to go down in class because it just got really hard, that class he was in. Charming Princess, she is still. It's kind of like a holding pattern with her right now. Like I said, she was in the previous week's video. She's getting medicine for just reproductive system. She's getting medicine for her ankle. So it's really like a holding pattern right now. We're just kind of waiting to hear from Stacy Van Huysen, the trainer. on the next step, and that's essentially kind of where we're at. So just kind of sit tight. If we have more information, we'll let you know. But this is kind of how racing goes, where these are live animals. These are not robots. So they, you know, every now and then they could have some type of, they can get sick. They can have some type of soreness somewhere. So that's where they get the medicine, they get the treatment that they need, and then you kind of take your time and make sure they're fully healthy, fully good to go, just like any athlete, just like a human athlete. And then when they're ready to go and healthy and they get the sign off from the veterinarian, then they'll go again. So that's kind of her story, and it kind of stinks because she was so good leading up to that. She was really good. She was like really sharp. She took a nice step forward. So this is just horse racing. So that is Charming Princess, and she is up here actually. That's Charming Princess. I was on the Bluebird page. So let's move on to the next horse. So Conrad DePoggio. I don't have his picture up here anymore, but he was sold to he was sold privately. He needs someone, an owner who's gonna be able to take the time to. He got injured. He's injured right now. It's not bad, but he just needs like 6 months off to kind of heal it. So he's gonna be with a new owner who they have a farm and everything. They'll just put him out. He'll be getting the treatment. He'll be hanging out in the grass, just basically doing nothing for the next 6 months to heal up, and then once he's good to go, we'll see him back in the track. But it was just time to move on. We didn't have the year we were hoping for with him, and but he's a good horse, and like I said, for us in particular, it just kind of didn't work out. But he's in really good hands where he's at. So that's the story with Conrad, and that's kind of how the racing goes. Is that you have to the key is you got to always make sure that these horses have a good place when they're done with their racing career. He's not done with his racing career. He just had, like I said, he has a small injury. But you always got to make sure that they're going to the right place. So he's in good hands. He's in very good care. And like I said, it was like not really a major. It's more like a minor injury. But it just needs a little time. So, but he's good. But he's no longer with our group. He has been sold. So moving on to the next horse, that is Drill. Drill he raced on Friday, and he came in 5th place at the Meadowlands. Drill is right here, and the horse was fine. It's just what happened was, we'll just kind of look at his lines real quick. He was fine, but then what happened was he was on the lead, which was great, and then a long shot was able to somehow get the lead, and then as you can see here with this, it doesn't really give you the speed figures, but this is like over a 30-second quarter. The whole race just got blown up basically. He was on the lead. A long shot took the lead somehow at the first quarter, and then slowed the whole race down. And then by the time they came around the final turn, Drill was trying to speed up to catch up to the field to out sprint them in the stretch, and he's not a sprinter. Drill's not a sprinter. He's a grinder. He doesn't have that speed like just Rose's Luck. Some of these other horses have. Nola on the trotting side, Soho Skyfall on the pacing side. He doesn't have that quick speed that they have, so he kind of needs to just like grind at a steady, consistent, solid speed quarter after quarter. And when they asked him to speed up and go like accelerate in the last quarter as fast as possible, that's not the kind of horse he is. So that was Drill. We'll figure out what to do next with him. We might go back there. We'll see if we use the same driver, we change the driver. We'll kind of think about that between today and tomorrow. The draw is Tuesday. So that's the story with Drill. He's healthy. He's fine. It's just, even the driver said he shouldn't have let the guy in front of him. So when he actually said he shouldn't have let the guy in front of him. Once the guy got in front of him, he said Drill just kind of like stopped. He basically lost all his momentum. And then once he tried to get him going again in like the last quarter in the stretch, he said he wasn't he didn't like. It took him a while to get going again. So, and that's drill. That's how he is. So that was that. It was kind of a bad luck race once again, and I came in fifth. But that class is pretty weak, so it's a good place to race. So we'll think about that. That's the drill. But like I said, he's healthy and sound, and he's fine. It's just we just got to figure out the. We got the race. The race is correct. We got to figure out kind of like the driving. So we'll get that. We'll get that done. So Enola was. She was really good. She basically wired the field. She retook. She got off the gate pretty well from the 4 hole. She retook, and then she basically wired the field the rest of the way. So as you can see here, she retook the lead, and then she held on at the end. She won in 54 and won 8,000. Congratulations to everyone who got in on Enola. She was we were able to get more from her from the existing owner, and a lot of new people jumped on her. That's why we say, all these horses are good. So like you gotta, especially when you get a quality horse like Enola, you just gotta make sure you should always try to get as much quality in your barn as possible. So so a lot of people jumped on. They did well, and they see how good she is. So very happy for that. So she did great. So Erin, she'll be probably back in next week. Same race. Erin, she had that race last week where she just did not look good at all. She basically she broke at the end, meaning she started galloping. You're supposed to trot if you're a trotter. She started galloping, and they had to take her to the back, and she just didn't look good the whole race. So our trainer Rob Harmon, he's taking care of her. You got the veterinarian recommended some medicine for her stifle, which is like in her back, like her knee. It looks kind of like a knee in the back, her back leg, and then her ankles. So she's getting that work done this week or last week, and then she'll be, if she's good to go, she's training fine and everything, then she'll be in the box on Wednesday for Tuesday for the next Monday at Saratoga, and she fits great there. So she found a home there. She was the favorite in a pretty decent level race. It was only like 2 levels below the Open, and she was the favorite, meaning she belongs. We just need, now it's up to kind of Rob Harmon to kind of get her back to how good she was. Just Rose's luck. She came in 4th in a very difficult, tough race at Plain Ridge, but she was really good. So she went she actually lowered her beaten lifetime. She has a lifetime mark now of 151 and 4, but she lowered her beaten lifetime mark to 151 and 3, so 1 tick lower, and she was really good. So it was a nice healthy purse of 17,500. So she earned 1,400 for the owners. She was basically sitting 3rd the whole time and made a little move at the end, and then a horse came up the rail and beat her for 3rd. But that's fine. I'm all good with that. She looked good. So she was very good. So it was a good decision to kind of take her away from Yonkers to find better options, and she's showing us that she's rock solid. So she's excellent racehorse. She'll get next week off just because ever since she came back from the time off, she raced like 5 or 6 weeks in a row. So she's just getting the routine week off, and then we'll find another spot next week. So just Rose's luck. So she's very good. So well done, good job to all the owners. She came back really good. Like that break was huge for her. The next horse is going to Vegas. So going to Vegas, she is at the bottom here. Going to Vegas, her update is she hit her knee in her last race, and then she didn't really finish very well. But she will be. Paul messaged today that she's been training fine, and he's actually targeting her for 23rd, Saturday, Batavia, Excelsior. So Paul feels she's good to go. So I'm not sure when the draw is. It's probably either tomorrow or Tuesday. But she is going to be entered for Saturday 23rd for the Excelsior goes for $20,000. New York Excelsior Stakes program goes for $20,000 in Batavia, Western New York. So that's the plan for her for Saturday. Mindhunter he came in second last week, and he was very good. He was excellent, actually. Let me not say very good. He was excellent. He came in second in a $40,000 claimer at Yonkers Raceway, which is he earned us $5,000, which is rock solid. I just told you that going to Vegas was going to race for $20,000 for the Excelsior. He's racing for $20,000 every week, every single week in the 40 claimers at Yonkers. So he costs $40,000. So we took a big risk to claim him. It's working out so far. You got to take risks in this game to try to make money, and but he's a nice horse. So he is racing tomorrow, but he has the 8-hole. So not expecting much. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe the driver sees no one's leaving, and then he tries to leave. Maybe not. Maybe he just tries to race to get 4th or 5th place and come off the pace. We'll see kind of how it goes. But 8 post is horrendous. It's the worst possible post on a half-mile track. Horrendous. So, but Mindhunter himself, excellent horse. Good job for everyone who got on him. Moneyman is racing on Tuesday. He is our top racehorse right now, as far as like expected earnings. He hasn't really raced much this year. He only had 9 starts, and that's by design. Paul's been trying to save him for stakes racing in September and October. But as you can see, 9 starts, 6 times in the money, and he's the favorite on Tuesday from the 8-hole. So that just shows you how good he is. That he's from the 8-hole and he's a favorite. So he's a nice horse, very nice horse. He really turned out nicely, and he was a $45,000 yearling. So he wasn't that much. I say that much, but once you get into it, you'll see that the yearlings can go up to $1 million. So $45,000, it's not that much. Some of these horses are averaging over $100,000. So he's actually on the cheaper side for the quality sire we got. Muscle Bart, he raced again. He raced today. He tried to get out the gate, didn't do much. We'll just see what the game plan is for next week. It's kind of like it's been tough for him, either the bad drives or bad posts, but we'll kind of figure it out with Muscle Bart. Ship's Revenge, she's right here. She had the 7 posts last week, and she was okay. She's an okay horse. We paid $10,000 for her, so she's racing with a 14.5 tag, but she was just solid. You can't expect. Would it be nice to get a $10,000 horse that's just racing out of her mind and unbelievable? Yeah, but she fits this class perfectly. She's had nothing but 7, 6, 5, 6, 7 posts, nothing but outside posts, and she's still hitting the board 2, 3 every single time, except for her last race. So, and her first race where we just took a trip around the track. So, she really fits great in that class. She's a nice horse, excellent value for that price. But once again, we got the 7-hole again. So, once you get 7-hole, 7-8 on a half-mile track is extremely difficult. So we'll just see how that goes. Gonna hope for the best. But she's good, and especially in that class, she fits that class for a long time, for 2 more wins, and she really is a good fit in there. Skybox, he's right here. He's gonna be in the box, no pun intended, in the box tomorrow at Plain Ridge to race on Thursday. So he's good to go. So Paul said he's good to go, and he's going to race next week. So we'll see how we'll get him rolling again. All right, Soho Skyfall, excellent racehorse. He just had the week off, no issue at all. He's been incredible for us. Super consistent, versatile. He's kind of like the pacer side of Enola, and he's been excellent. So he just had a routine week off, no issue at all. He just trying to take care of him for the long term, so he's good. And then last but not least, Two Pistol Annie. She was sold for $38,000 to the partner that was on her with us. So she's in Ohio now, and it was just time to move on. We had her for a while. We had her for almost a year, and we just it was just kind of like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. She's finally going, then something happens, and it's like, all right, and then it was just we just kind of couldn't get her going consistently, like we are with most of our horses, and it's just the partner or our partner wanted to try her at Northfield or in Ohio, and that's fine. So we're kind of focusing on where we are here, so we just sold, and you can't keep every horse. So, but everyone who has Two Pistol Annie will see that on their August statement. So, so she has been sold. So with that being said, we can pick. Let's see. We can pick one horse to show. We'll pick one horse to show a replay. Let's just pick the winner. Let's just pick the winner. Let's just pick the winner. I don't want to do replays of every single horse because the videos are getting too long. But we'll just do this horse. We'll just do Enola. This is RTN.TV, so all of you, I recommend to get a subscription. It's excellent. You can watch replays and watch live harness racing. It's only like, I think for harness racing, it's like $10 a month. So anyway, so that's her. She's the 4-horse right here. It's a little grainy, but it'll get better. She's the 4-horse right here, getting to the front, blasting off the lead. That 6 he's I think the second favorite. He's very good, and he's going to go for the lead right now. And Enola is one of 2 mares in this race. So there's 7 horses, and 2 of them are girls, and the rest of them are boys. So there's 2 girls facing the boys, but as you can see here, it doesn't really matter. She's good enough. So she gets to the lead. She retakes right here to get to the lead, and that's a good sign. When you see a driver do that, let's see where her odds are. She is 5-2. So he retook. So the 6 was 7-5. So the 6 was actually more of a favorite or the favorite than Enola, who was 5-2. Yet Enola retook the lead on the 6. So that was interesting. And the 6 respected her because he let her get the lead. So he showed respect, that 6. And there she is. She slowed down the second quarter to like 29 seconds, 27 first quarter. So she slowed it down like a 2-second breather from the first quarter. And then she just kind of like, at this point, it's like catch me if you can. So she's able to kind of slow down, speed up. That's kind of the mark of an excellent racehorse. The horses on the outside, they're trying to catch up. This kind of scared me right here because the favorite, it's called Deuce Popped. He was in the 2-hole, and then he popped out. And so this kind of scared me because I'm like, oh boy, that's usually a big time move. But as you can see here, she still had plenty left. So then Mike Merton, the driver, asked her to go. He's kind of asking of her to keep going, and she put him away. She put him away pretty good. So that's Enola. She's an excellent racehorse. Congratulations to everyone who jumped on her. You want to have horses like her in your barn. They don't come around too often, so you want to make sure you get them when you can. But yeah, that's about it. So anybody, please visit GoForGloryStable.com if interested, and good luck with your racehorses. Thank you.